Pokemon being greedy? What's next? You're going to tell me the sky is blue? This didn't really surprise me at all. I mean, there were a lot of people saying it was going to be $30, which would have been even more egregious. So I'm glad that didn't happen. But this is just like such a bad and weird launch. First of all, this feels like a mistake. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but it really feels like they fucked up and they released these games early. Like this seems like it would be a shadow drop during the Pokemon Presents, but instead they're just like, yeah, these games they're out. You can get them. Go ahead. Just like, what do you mean? What do you mean they're just out? You went like right before you're about to have a presentation. I don't know how they would fuck that up. I don't know who's in charge of all that, but the entire release of this at like super late at night, it was just so weird. It's just nonsense. And when I was at work when this happened, and I was like looking at my phone, I was like, oh, okay, Pokemon, that's pretty cool. It actually might be worth it to be able to like do battles and trade online and play with, well, like battle with friends, do all that stuff. I was like that's kind of cool. I'm glad that they did that. Then I get hit with the cold water. No online. There's no online. There's only local battling and trading. I'm just like, okay, that sucks. Like, what now? I gotta find some other fucking Jamook in my town who's gonna have a Switch and buy fucking Pokemon on it. Like, okay, that sucks. And then I get hit with no physical either, which is like, whatever. I guess I kind of expected there to be no physical, but the combination of like no online and no physical, it's just like I don't I don't want this anymore. I have no desire for this product in any way, shape, or form at this rate. When a physical or online could have made me a little bit interested. Um, it's also just very strange to me that they have been building up this virtual console library for so long, and Pokemon on virtual console would be such a slam dunk. It would get so many people into the subscription and all that, and then they're like, "No, we got to release this separately for $20 each." Not even like a $20 dual pack with both versions. That'd be a little bit better, but no, no, they're just like, yeah, $20 each. You get no online, you get no physical, and it's not on virtual console, so you gotta pay up if you want to play. Like, what the fuck am I paying virtual console for at this rate? You know what I mean? It's just like uh, they know they can milk the fans. They know they can milk the fans dry, and this game is probably going to sell millions of digital copies, so they're just going to make like 100 mil for something that took them a weekend, probably like literally took them a weekend. Another funny thing I kept seeing is people were saying like, "Oh, it's not a virtual console because it's gonna have Pokemon Home capability. It's gonna be on Pokemon Home, and they couldn't do it with they couldn't do put it on there." Oh wow, look at that. They said it was gonna have Pokemon Home, and then they removed that information from the description. So yeah, we're probably not getting Pokemon Home. If they were willing to remove the information that Pokemon Home was a thing, then yeah, it looks like that's not happening either. So you get literally nothing except for the very base game digitally on the Switch, $20. And like the response to this has been so sad, really. Just sad, honestly, because instead of people being like, yeah, that's stupid, Game Freak should do better, they're like, what? What, do you not have $20, brokey? You don't have $20, broke ass? Brother, it's not about it being $20. It's about $20 not being worth the product. If you really wanted a soda and you bought a soda for $20, is that a $20 well spent? No, you just bought a $20 fucking can of soda. Like, it's ridiculous. And then when people are getting called out on this, which I don't actually recommend that. Like, if you see someone bought this, like, just ignore them. Don't be like, you fucking loser, you bought Pokemon, you cuck. Like, no, don't do that. But people are accusing others of pocket watching, which would be like, you know, telling others how to spend their money. Oh, you need to spend your money right. It's like that's not it either. It's people are disappointed that a crap product like this is going to sell a bunch and it's just going to set new shitty standards for the industry as a whole. Like, for example, the Castlevania collection. Uh, that was three GBA games. It was a SNES game. It was a music player, a gallery, an encyclopedia. It had a ton of quality of life, like the rewind and the save states and all this shit. That was $20. That was $20 for the entire collection, not each game, just $20. And you're getting a much, much, much better value out of that. And then there's the Mega Man collection, which was $60 for all the games, but it's like six different games, so you're only spending $10 a game. And then they also included the other versions of the other games that had multiple versions. So you're getting all the versions of the game, you're getting every game in the series in one package. You're good to go, you know? Much better value. And here's a great thing with the Mega Man collection. They have online play. You can battle and trade online on the Mega Man collection. But indie company Pokemon, they couldn't do that. That'd be way too much. That'd be tough. It's really just indefensible at this point. Um, Something I've learned over the years is that Pokemon fans are not really video game fans. If you know what I mean, like they play Pokemon and that's what they like. And they will pay any price for it. They'll do anything to defend it. That is their bread and butter. And that's just something I guess I've sort of accepted over the years. And it's something Pokemon Company knows because they could sell slop products like Scarlet and Violet and make, more money than they ever made in their entire history. They can boot out, bare bones GBA ports, and this is going to sell a bunch too. And that's just the reality we live in right now. And so when the next collection of retro games comes out and it's like three games for $80 or something like that, now you know who to point to for why that's happening, for why that's the case. Because devs are going to realize, like, oh shit, wait, we could have been charging double or triple for these games all along. What have we been doing? Forget the Wii U days of buying a virtual console game for $8 because GBA games were $8 back then. No, we gotta over double the price for the Switch 2. The Switch 2, that's a premium console for premium gamers. You're gonna be paying premium top dollar. It's it's hilariously bad. I mean, there's nothing you can really say at this point. It's just funny. I find it just funny at this point. The state of Pokemon. It is what it is though, and people are still going to be lapping it up, and they're going to be poor shaming all the people who don't just immediately buy into it. And yeah, that's the reality we live in. That's what we're getting. That's all. Bye.
I forgot to mention that there's no language options either. You gotta re-buy the game for $20 for each language. Fuck!